Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Mai, and the topic I'm talking today is about climate change and crop growth. And I want to mention on two main contents. The first content is about the sign of climate change and climate variabilities in my study area in Vietnam over the period from 1980 to 2015. And the second content is focused on their influence on maize production. And to begin with, I would like to show you the image of tropical cyclone. In this image, I want to show you the location of Vietnam is here. And as you can see, Vietnam is located in Southeast Asia next to Pacific Ocean. And normally we often be affected by tropical cyclones, which often occur from April to December. And normally every year we have 6 to 10 tropical cyclones, but it's changing in recent years. For example, last year we have a 16th storm with more intensity and more damage from the tropical storms. And I would like to show you a little bit different in the mountainous area. As you can see in this image, water evaporates from the ocean and go up to the top of the mountain, and on its way is the water vapor has moist and cooled down, and it condenses to form clouds. When the clouds up to the top of the mountain and enough of mass, the precipitation will fall down, but in only the windward side of the mountain, and it cannot go over the other side of the mountain. And you can see the difference between two sides of the mountain. The wind after goes through the top, it will be dry and hotter, reach to the ground of the location. And you can also see the difference between land cover between two sides of the mountain. And I would like to mention about the influence of this phenomenon in the mountainous area. I add two pictures below the image, and as you can see, it's the phenomenon happening in the rainy season in my local area. And this picture I got from the midland, but in the highland is even more worse than this. And I would like to show you a video about the influence of I prepare ready, and now I will open it. It's quite long, but we'll choose. As you can see, the whole video just like this. But I want to mention the damage of this flooding, the mountainous flooding, I think. And this happened last year. This storm left the area more than 100 deaths, and more than 1,000 houses collapsed and lost by the storm. And it happened in the north of Vietnam, in the mountainous area. And I want to go back. I don't know how to open. So it's, I don't know. Okay. So the main thing I want to mention for the topic today is about the sign of climate change in my study area, and I use the weather data over a period 55 years. And as you can see on the screen, it's not so big. In we go to the beginning. Okay, I know, but
you know, I'm
lazy. Slicer?
Yeah,
No?
5 and then you press. Oh, okay. Is this
Okay.
the right slide?
Thank you. So you can see here the temperature was increasing during the period, but by contrast to the temperature, the precipitation was decreasing, and humidity somehow positively correlates with precipitation. But the interesting thing here is about solar radiation. The solar radiation was decreasing during the period. It somehow not correlated with temperature, and the literature explain. I can say it's because of pollution and because of the increasing carbon dioxide concentration in my study area. And besides this data, I also analyzed the number of dry days during the spring season in my study area, and you can see it's lost a part of the graph because I changed. But you can see that by the trend of number of dry days, is slightly increasing during the period. This expect that has some negative influence on maize production. But I will show you this data. You can see that our observed grain yield still increasing by the record data, but it doesn't have really correlated with average annual humidity and total annual temperatures. The most factor was expected to influence that is total annual rainfall, and it's also the main factor that has influence on maize production in my study area. And I to figure out how influence, I used DZ series model to simulate maize growth as well as maize yield. I did it under 3 conditions. The first condition is a rainfed condition, and the second is a condition without any stress, any water stress. It means full of irrigation. And the third is about based on the real condition. It means I use the real observed weather data, observed crop management, and so on. And then you can see that maize yield derived under rainfed conditions is very low in comparison with the maize yield derived from the observed condition, also the optimum condition. As you can see, the big gap between the real maize yield and the potential maize yield. And this is so that irrigation could be the key to improve the maize yield in my study area. And this result was measured by the DZ model performance was measured by normalized root mean square errors, and with the excellent result, only 9.8%. As you can see on the screen, result. Okay, so that's the last content I would like to talk today. Thank you very much for attention. And next.